Good afternoon. It is May 23rd, 2025. And after we sold off yesterday, went sideways. In the overnight, we had a very strong sell off. And, that's what yesterday looked like. It just looked like going sideways after a leg down, and we'd probably get a second leg down. That's how I felt. Doesn't mean it has to happen, but to me, that's why the sell off in the overnight made sense. And then we get uh I was kind of looking at it as this was a bull channel, but I think really we had a spike and broad bull channel followed by an overshoot an overshoot of this bull channel, which led to some sideways stuff for the rest of the day, and really a broad bear channel. So um let's take a look. I don't think, well, this is the 6500 tick chart. Let me see if Uh, we could take a look at this. All right, so this is the 2700 tick chart. You can see there's some support along this level. So when we find ourselves in this range, it's like a triangle, and we break out, and the breakout fails. But anyway, let's look through it. So the bias is down when you come in. Um, you got this like expanding triangle type situation right here. So you could take this short off the EMA. It's the first time for a long time it's been back to the EMA. Unfortunately, you'd have to get out above this bull bar with not a lot of profit, unless you take profits near this level of support, which also makes sense, and that's where a lot of people did take profits. Then we come back to the highs, and then we chop down to the lows, and then it bounces. And you get this little spike in channel here. Get a slight overshoot and a bear channel. This is tough. This is tough trading. This is all sideways stuff. I don't think you can get in on any of this. Got a big bear bar here that looks pretty convincing, and it's at a level of resistance, but it failed. And also, I mean, you have this channel down. I don't know. I don't know what could keep you out of that. It looks pretty convincing, but we haven't had a test of the high, and you can see that's when you get this bull breakout of the bear channel. You might get a test of the high, and that's what happened right after. So maybe that's the only thing that I can see that could keep you out of that. This is a straight down bear channel, tight bear channel into support. So I'm not really crazy about that, but maybe you buy when this closes with a bull body. Um, but yeah, I mean, to me, this looks like a triangle. So, it's just congestion. You get a breakout. Maybe you sell this big bear bar. Would have gotten you a little bit. Nothing crazy, though. We make like you can form this level of support. It bounces once, bounces a second time. I think this is aggressive because to me, it looked like there was a potential reversal happening. But if you don't see it that way, if you see it as a good opportunity to go long, well, that would be the place to do it. And it turns out to be a good move. Actually, I mean, look, I had this range drawn, so it is a good place to buy if you're playing the range. And then we break out, and I think it's very reasonable to look to go short after we break out. There was nothing convincing about this bull trend, um, but it does end up uh, after uh, being in a bear channel for a while, it does end up getting a breakout to the high side, and then we continue on. And another thing I wanna say is that you always want to be looking at the daily chart for clues. So we bounced. I came in. I was probably looking at the chart at by like 7:45 or 8 a.m. Pacific time. We had already hit this low and bounced. That's at the EMA. So and it looked like we were at this price level when I came in. So yeah, pretty much. I mean, if I came in, if I saw the chart at 8, prices were right here. So prices went up a little bit. Let's say prices. Yeah, because I probably came in right here. And that's exactly 58.11, and we're at 58.14. When I saw this bar, I was like, there we could go sideways for the rest of the day. I don't think at that point when I came in, I did not believe that we would make a new low. And that's something you'll just learn as you keep studying your charts. And if you study Al Brooks' course, he includes useful information such as that, basically what I just said. Um, but yeah, so that's another reason. I didn't. That's why I bought down here in this range. It's like we could sell off and make a new low. I just didn't think we would. So anyway, back to the chart. This looks like a channel, and I mean I like this bull signal bar right here, but it's just the first entry. And then this is like a second entry when it breaks above this doji, but no good setup. So you get a breakout, pulls back, first entry, second entry, but that looks like a bear channel. What I mean by that is it just doesn't look like we have a break of that yet. You do get a break here, higher high, higher low, um, but then we just top out. And that forms this range. I don't I don't think you want to go short in here. I don't think you want to go long here. You're in the midline by the time this bar forms. And then I don't know. Maybe you consider going short here because you might get the high of the day. Boom. Oh, I like this one. Higher low. We broke out of the range. That could be a failed breakout. Looks pretty good. And you get this failure too. I mean, you could consider it. It's just that you're going into the midline of the range. So it's not as good. But then we get a breakout pullback right here. You got to be careful at this point. I'll probably just stop marking it up because you're towards the end of the day. That's how I see it on this 2700 tick chart. And that does close out our week. So let's take a look. Here's the weekly chart. It's not an inside bar because it did break higher, but it did not break lower. So technically, we're still in this 5-bar bull micro channel. So here's one last look at the daily chart. The 6500 tick chart is really what lays it out nice. You just had this spike in channel, boom, overshoot, sideways. So I hope everyone had a great week. I'll be back Tuesday.